All right, welcome back to Stroker Media, and if you guys have been watching the channel for a while before it became Stroker Media and it was Aries Garage, you guys know that I used to make a whole bunch of videos, and in between my videos, I would show you guys me cleaning the garage. I was always very nitpicky about cleaning my garage, and after every simple project, I was deep cleaning the garage. I was very on top of it, and then about 2 years ago, I went through a really hard point in life. I just got really down. And I have continued to work on the Nova since then and through all of that. However, I let my garage go. I've started to clean it since. About a week ago, I started really deep cleaning. I got my shop vac, and I have literally just been sweeping and vacuuming everything I absolutely could in the garage. I have this side left, and then I need to go through, as you guys can tell, I need to clean off my tables and my cabinet space and all that. So I want to bring you guys along for that. Maybe just do some kind of like shop talk sort of vibes for it. Just kind of, shoot the crap with you guys. But yeah, so it is, I'm not super proud of how bad this garage is. It is really bad. It just didn't end up working out. It got really bad really fast. Let me move all this stuff out of the way. But I do have some new parts for the 327. Kind of new. I'm trying to decide if I should tell you guys now. You guys have to stick around to find out what the new parts are for the 327. But I'm going to get to work on deep cleaning this garage, and then we'll work on the engine. Actually, let me show you guys the 327 real quick. So as you guys know, I have been rebuilding this suspension for quite a while now, and we have our core support in. We have our control arms in. Everything is pretty much wrapped up with the suspension. A few odds and ends. We gotta do the tie rods, stuff like that for steering. But suspension's wrapped up, which means that we can start working on the 327. And I've mocked it up. So let me give you guys a tour of what it looks like right now. Okay, so right now it has Speedmaster heads on it, a Speedmaster intake, Proform 750 double pumper carb. We have a Proform distributor. I don't remember, Antec or something like that for these valve covers. Really love them. We have a K&N breather. We have our Hedman headers 1 3/4, which is bigger than our previous 1 5/8. It goes down to a 3-inch collector. They are going to just really great, really beautiful, and it's all going to stay really nice and shiny. There's no cam in there yet. I know my cam. I need to get it ordered. But yeah, we have just a little mock-up here. I need to get this powder coated. I don't want to leave it that color. It's going to make it hard to keep it clean. But then we have, we got our crankshaft. We have a few parts over here. This is mainly the last bit of suspension and steering that we have. But the engine is mocked up. This is kind of what it's going to look like. I have my paint already picked out, and then we're going to, we'll paint it, and I'll show you guys the color and everything. But yeah, everything is super clean on it. We have our pistons are over there as well. So we got to reassemble all of this completely. I don't know how much you guys know or like follow stuff along on TikTok. So there's this whole thing, there's Dave's Auto Center, I think. And this, it's a huge shop. They do typical daily driver repairs for stuff. And then they also have an engine side. And they had a customer who spent I think it could be rounded up to $19,000 on a diesel engine. It was a Cummins, I believe it was, may not have been a Cummins. I don't remember. Okay, all right, anyways, Corey spent $19,000 on an engine from them. He gave them the core, and they were supposed to rebuild this core because the core, he had stamped his initials onto the core. He had detailed history. He had pretty much the Carfax of this engine. He knew everything about it. He trusted the engine because he knew everything about it. He had a whole paperwork for it, and so he sent it to Dave's Auto Center, and he ended up getting completely different engine back. Had overspray everywhere, had rust everywhere, pitting everywhere. Really crappy engine for $19,000. And Dave's Auto Center on TikTok always brags about how much work and how great blah 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 they are. They dropped the ball on this one. My personal opinion, not that it really actually matters, is that Dave's Auto Center only fixed the issue because he didn't get the core. It should be noted that he didn't get his original engine back. He got a completely random engine back. It was not the same one, and they can't even find the original engine. It's not in the shop. They've already given it away. But Nonetheless, Dave's Auto Center is now fixing it, but they're only fixing it because it blew up on TikTok. I truly believe my opinion on it is probably that they are continuing to do stuff like this and they just got caught. But nonetheless, I didn't quite have the same experience now with this completely different machine shop. I believe I got my same engine back. I'm almost certain I did, so I'm not worried about that. However, I spent $4,000 on the machine work of this to get everything balanced, to get it bored from 40 to 60 over, and to get it blueprinted or bulletproofed, whatever you want to call it. Each bearing is precisely measured for each location, whether it's cam bearing or crank bearing, whatever it is. Everything is precisely machined and perfect to what it needs to be for that location. But for $4,000, they didn't assemble it. They had it assembled, and then they didn't put it back together. But then on top of it, get this. So a 327, this is a 62 327. And then 62, I believe 62 was the first year of the 327. Maybe it was 61, but I believe it was 62. And because of that, the 283s that the 327 replaced were still being made. And so they reused the casting number on the block. This number right back here comes back to a 283 or 327. The only one guaranteed way to know if it's a 327 was to decode it using the VIN stamp here, which I had. Other than that, you wouldn't know. The other kind of thing to tell is supposedly something with this port here is a slightly different length or width on a 283 versus 327. I don't know how much I believe it. It turned out to be true in my case, but I didn't have a 283 to compare it to. But I had that VIN stamp that I had, and when they decked my block, they wiped it out, which I get that it would be hard not to, but I feel like they could have stopped the machine right before they got to it. And the reason that kind of bugs me is that these 327s go for a lot of money, especially fully assembled. You're talking like a minimum of $5,000 upwards. I have seen them sell. This sounds crazy, but I have seen them sell for upwards of $10,000 to $15,000 when they're fully put together and everything. So, but I never planned on selling mine, but it just sucks that I have no actual proof anymore of that being a 327, especially now that it's bored out, because you can bore a 283 out just the same as you. So there's like not too much proof of that being a 327 anymore, other than me saying it is. So that just kind of sucks a little bit, but oh well. Okay, all right, on to everything else. Let me get to work on cleaning the shop before I just keep on talking. Oh yeah, that's the spot. There we go. So much better. Whew. Oh, 1 second. Okay. Whew. It's not what it looks like. I was just using my Manscaped ball deodorant. You guys actually weren't even supposed to be here to see this. We had a whole nother ad filmed for you guys, but sadly our legal team said that we couldn't show you guys. However, I think I can get around that if I show you guys a very fast version of the ad. So let's run through that real quick.
Oh, it's so hard to stand on this, probably for a reason. Okay.
Just sit.
I'm Nick. This is a Manscaped ad. Is that good? When you're doing crazy shit, you need ball deodorant from Manscaped so that your balls don't stick to your leg while you're trying to run the pool. Damn, that was expensive. You know what's not expensive? Using code STRUGGLEME at manscaped.com or using the link below to get your products.
Hey, did you guys know this has a headlight?
What?
So you can,
What?
Yeah, it's got a headlight so you can mow your lawn at night.
Is he mowing his lawn right now?
Yeah. You guys want to see? Hey, hang on. One more thing. All right, look what I did.
Despite doing those things on private property or closed course and being a trained professional, I'm unable to show you guys all of that footage. However, I want to talk to you guys more about men's hygiene, especially in the automotive industry. It's not something we really talk enough about as guys, but again, in the automotive industry, we don't really mention it, despite being probably one of the stinkiest industries there is. When you are sweating as much as us mechanics do, you really got to do something to try to eliminate a lot of the problem. And Manscaped is here to do that. Over 10 million men worldwide are part of the Manscaped community that use them for all things men's hygiene and men's grooming and have complete confidence in them. I'm one of those 10 million, and I want you guys to be as well. In front of me is the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, which if you guys order this at manscaped.com or click the link down below, you guys will get 20% off your order, free international shipping, plus 2 free gifts. Now let's talk about what comes in the package. In the package, you'll get the Lawnmower 2.0, which, as you guys saw, has a headlight feature with a few different modes, which is really cool. That way you can mow your lawn at night and not miss the target. But you also get this guard that is built into the lawnmower that prevents any nicking and stops you from bawling your eyes out. So you can see where you're doing and you don't have to worry about cutting yourself. The other thing you get that eliminates tears, or at least for me it does, is the Manscaped Weed Whacker. This is a nose hair trimmer, which for me is way more useful probably than the average person. I just recently had cancer removed on my nose, which has left it shaped a little bit funny. It's curved up, so my nose hairs are sticking out a little bit more than normal. And so I've had to try a few different nose hair trimmers, and right after my surgery, I was trying them and it kept pulling the hairs, and my nose was too sensitive for it, and on top of it, just pulling the nose hairs just hurts. But the Manscaped Weed Whacker doesn't pull the hair, and it gets a way closer shave, in my opinion, so that way I don't have to worry about walking around with nose hair sticking out. So it has made me less scared of trimming my nose hairs. On top of it, you get the Crop Preserver, which is an anti-chafing ball deodorant, which speaks for itself. It is a lifesaver if you're walking around all day. If you're getting sweaty, this is the go-to move right here. On top of it, you get the Crop Soother, which is a ball aftershave lotion, which preps your balls for some fondling, so I can't complain about that. On top of it, you get the high-quality charging cord and a USB brick, which is something that most companies don't provide anymore, but you get this really nice braided USB cord, so I cannot complain. It is amazing. You also get some guards for the lawnmower, and you get a traveling bag, which fits all of it. So use the code STROKER at manscaped.com or click the link down below, and you'll get 20% off your order. You'll get free international shipping plus 2 free gifts. So be sure to go check out Manscaped and take care of your guys' hygiene. All right, you guys probably can't tell how sweaty I am, but it is humid out here. But let me give you an update on the cleaning real quick. I probably should have showed you guys the before, but yeah. So this is where we're at on the passenger side of the Nova. This was all full of everything. Kind of sort of going for the make a mess to clean a mess scenario, where putting all my tools like on my stool over there and moving it out of the way and then cleaning. We have this corner, we're all the way clean, all the way to this corner. I did move the tire around, like I said, going for kind of a make a mess scenario here to clean it. So all this right here is sitting up off the ground, and we moved the wheels to different spots and cleaned around. All that is now left is this part right here, and right there, this section, but past the cross member back is swept and vacuumed. All that is left is right here, and that's just because there's a couple tools there. Those rags can't really be vacuumed up, so I got to get that. But I think we're at a point where we got to go ahead and start the organization process. Like a lot of, like this is paint, so that needs to go in my paint shelf. Like all these, this box is empty. This stuff will put all the stuff that's left to bolt onto the 327. We will like put it somewhere, but not on the ground. That oil pump we're going to get rid of because just to be safe, we're going to run a new one. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of stuff here that we got to get cleaned up. That just kind of it'll go quick once I get started. Over here, the tools aren't too bad. This top shelf has some stuff on there that needs to be completely thrown away, organized. Like these are my specialty tools, like spring compressors and stuff, and I try to keep those in a specific drawer. So we'll reorganize all this. This needs to be turned into a detail rack. I just haven't been detailing cars in here because of this, but eventually that will be my detail rack. The welder stuff is organized. This is all my spare small block parts and inline 6 parts, which most of it ends up going across. Eventually I'll run out of space and I'll start cleaning this up a little bit more. Like those are my original gears for the Nova that are obviously no good no more. They're all cut up and everything. So, but right now I'm not out of space, so I'm not too concerned about cleaning that. But so yeah, I guess let's start organizing. Okay, so my thought process here is that if I start with the organizing right here on this table, then I can kind of lay all my tools out on the table and decide where they need to go. This is camera equipment, so we're gonna put this here. I do need to find a spot where I can put all these parts that it will for sure be running. As much as I don't want to, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of these boxes. Well, say that. So the only kind of issue, you know, we're gonna have to keep these boxes because I'm not gonna be running these heads and I want somewhere to store them. I really want to, I think with these heads, we're gonna end up doing a budget build. And so we'll, just make sure my mic is connected. Yeah, we're connected. We'll end up keeping these and storing them in here. We're gonna find, there's the top. We'll find a spot to sit these boxes. It's not gonna be permanent by any means because I wanna get out of this mindset of keeping stuff. So we're only gonna keep these, I'm only gonna let myself keep these for a short period of time before I just say screw it. But I got a few things left to figure out with this build first. I might sell these, we'll see. I think for now, I feel like I can sit those right there and that is okay. Man, that'd be perfect. Look at that, that's cool. All right, that alone already took out a big spot. Okay, the next stuff that we got sitting over here, I wish I had a better, smaller box for, is this, is my Pro Forged. This is for, I have all these, all this stuff over here for the body mounts. Pretty sure that's what these are for. Yeah. So I need to put, so I have all this stuff for these body mounts. So I'm gonna find a spot to put all of this. So if you guys remember a few videos ago, wait, I'm not, okay. If you guys remember when I was doing the suspension on the Nova a few videos ago, I lost my grease gun. So I bought this one from Harbor Freight. Well, this is why having a messy garage is like something you shouldn't do. I just realized the camera is also tilted, so let me fix that. But yeah, so now I have two. This one was more expensive by like 20 bucks than this one, but now I have two really nice grease guns. So I guess I can't complain, but also this is why you gotta stay on top of stuff. 100% on me. All right, back to it. Okay, it is now 11 o'clock. I started about 8 o'clock. We have this table, well, it was completely cleared off, but like I said, my goal was to get it completely cleared off and then use it to set all my tools on to reorganize. So let me show you where we're at. I'm gonna call it a night after this, and I'm gonna come back out tomorrow. But we have the top half organized, This is my, I say top half, ignore that, we're working on it. This is my like pliers and such things, like I know scissors, anything that you have to squeeze with, I guess. This is my drawer for bits and stuff. This is a very, like, I've never used this. This is a Harbor Freight screwdriver set that's really cheap. And so I guarantee they're all one-time use before they strip out. So I've just been waiting for like the absolute most time I have to use it. Most important time, I guess, one-time use. This is for all my drills and batteries and stuff, which I have more batteries. They're just not here at the shop. And then I got my impact over there. And then over here, we have all of our air tool related items. We have a few that are, I think there's some up here and some in that drawer that I was just kind of tossing around that I gotta get found. This is all of my sockets and everything. So as the way I like to do this is all of my, there's a socket missing, but that's because it is on right there. I do standard, these are all standard. These 1/2-inch ones are all standard. But then I do standard facing on this side, and then millimeter all over here, or metric. And then, yeah, so this is everything. Just kind of, yeah, this is how I've always liked to kind of lay it out. And then down here, we have, these are kind of our junk tools, old ratchets, just various stuff that I don't really have that I just kind of picked up one at a time, or they were my grandpa's. Everything in here except this guy was my grandpa's. So they're kind of my bigger wrenches. None of my wrenches over here really have any of that, those biggers. I think those all go up to like 3/4. So anything bigger I gotta use this for. Then down below, these are our kind of pickle forks. Yes and no, don't belong. But these are all my spring related tools. Kind of springish, sort of kind of ride that fine line as well. These are for C-clips that you need to put, that you got to stick in there and you squeeze the pliers and it separates them. Pickle forks, they're meant for tie rods, but a lot of times I use them as pry bars for springs. So I feel like that's okay. I feel like I can justify it. And here we have our cutting related tools. So, I mean, nothing, that's pretty straightforward. And then down below we have, these are like my specialty tools that are pretty much like serve one purpose. And so they're all in here. I did take everything out of these drawers, vacuum the drawer out and wipe it down and everything. I'm gonna end up, this stuff here will end up being reorganized whenever I organize that drawer or those drawers over there. But for now, that's where it's gonna go. These drawers, I haven't really done anything with yet. I just started, I emptied this one out, but I need to wipe it down. This one is a mess. I'm not 100% sure what I end up using it for. This is my hammer drawer. Some of the hammers are spread throughout or at my house. And then down here, these are all my original tools that I started with. A Stanley socket set that was like maybe a 20-piece set. And then the Harbor Freight wrench set. I started off, that's all the tools I had when I first started. But yeah, so I mean, everything. Over here, a majority of this is junk. Like the old water pump off the 327. I don't have any use for that, so we'll end up getting rid of that. And then like a lot of these cans are all empty and need to be thrown away. Down there are some small block parts, so we'll get all that reorganized because that keeps blowing in the wind and I swear it's scaring the crap out of me. My grease guns that will get organized. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night and wrap up here. Hopefully I can get out here early tomorrow and just knock all of this out and then spend Monday and Tuesday getting some cool content of working on the engine or the Nova. The main purpose of cleaning the garage is not only so I'm organized when I'm putting this back together, but I want to make sure everything's clean and I'm not like getting, blowing dirt. If there's a bunch of dirt on this table and I sit parts on there, I don't want them to get dirty. So that's the purpose of this. I swear it's not just me trying to make boring content. I'm just showing you this is a vital part of building an engine and building a car. So I'm just trying to show that to you guys and bring you guys along for it. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go upload a whole bunch of footage and I will catch you guys tomorrow. The last time I saw you guys was Saturday night. It is now Monday afternoon. I have since then pretty much ordered in just about everything I need. There's a few odds and ends I'll still need, but I wanna go over this list with you guys. So I kind of made a little bit of a roadkill list here. So right here, I know this is backwards for you guys. We have our install list and then we have our buy list. So we're gonna go through the things that we have bought since then. So we ordered in our cam, which comes with lifters. We ordered in gaskets, head bolts, the cam lock plate, a fuel pump, oil pump. Then left on the list, trying to see, I also ordered in the fuel pump rod that spins on the camshaft, and also a new, which I ordered ARP for, and an ARP oil pump drive shaft. Left on the list that is push rods, which we need to measure for, and then we need to do oil, power steering fluid, maybe an ignition box, like an MSD, I forget what that's called, A6 some, maybe? An MSD ignition box, we'll see, and then an overflow tank. I don't have to get, because I can make do with the factory. I just kind of wanted like a billet one, just for looks purely, realistically. But that's about it. I might install the, I'm gonna pick this up real quick. I might install the factory trans for now and just do some light pulls, nothing crazy, but we will see. I don't really want to grenade it. I might end up ordering one in, we'll see. Just kind of figure that out, play that by ear. But I want to get on to kind of some, now that the shop is mostly clean, we have a whole pile of parts right here that you guys already saw. Those parts, there's nothing crazy there. I want to talk about what's left, no, not what's left to buy. I want to talk about the new things that I just bought. So is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to tear this down real quick so that way I can slide the new parts on there and show you guys. It is a hot one out again today. I know I talked about that in some of the last clips. It is rough. Let me check. I was gonna give you guys a rough estimate. It is 97, feels like 101, and 51% humidity. So it is not a fun time. Just a little bit of context. There's probably some crazy clips in this video, but that are kind of out of order. Maybe we'll see what Will ends up doing with them. Where can I put this stuff? But just some context is that we had to record the Manscaped ad, and in doing so, we were kind of just screwing around in a town called Columbia and having fun. And so some of the clips you guys saw are from that. Just to add some context, just kind of just goofing off. I don't know if they're going to make it in here. Hopefully they do, because I think they're pretty funny. But we'll see. All right, let's open this box. And this right here is why I kept the boxes. Is these, a little teaser here, will not be coming back out of the box. We are very close to, I think, the only odds and ends really left, again, are like oil. I'll need some like fuel line, stuff like that, but we will be able to make some really good progress this week / weekend. So I'm pretty pumped. I'd only put one bolt in. We might actually be able to put the bottom end of this thing together. Okay. Oh. All right. Now on for the new thing. Let me get the camera set up in a different point of view so you guys can see this. If you guys were really watching closely in some of this video, you guys have probably already seen these sitting there. And I've talked about these for quite a while. I just never went through with ordering them until recently. But we have AFR cylinder heads. Now these are their Enforcer as cast heads. I don't remember all the specs off the top of my head. They're 195cc. They can handle up to 600 lift. And I'm trying to remember the rest, but I'm blanking right now. It is really nice. They come with, these ones do anyway. They come with ARP hardware for the for rocker arm studs and the guide plates. So it's really nice that they come with guide plates. However, the ones that they come with are, you can call and upgrade and custom order the 7/16 studs. However, the ones that come with these are 3/8. Luckily, I still have my ARP 7/16 studs from the last go round, but these guide plates still work. So with the 7/16 studs, and again, they're all ARP, so that's really nice. But let's get on to kind of showing the prized possession here. Okay, we're gonna sit this down on the styrofoam. Now, main reason I decided to order these in is the previous brand that I was gonna run is Speedmaster. Speedmaster is an okay brand from what I can tell. I'll definitely still be running their intake. I can't find anything wrong with the intake manifold. I mean, for the most part, a lot of research shows that generic intake manifolds actually perform better than name brand. This is a dual plane intake manifold. You can't really go wrong with them. I mean, this looks just like any Edelbrock I've ever seen. I think really they just all share the same cast, and so they're realistically going to be the same. However, AFR is... Speedmaster is white labeled at the end of the day. That's the problem with it. AFR is not. And white labeled means that they're taking someone else's head and labeling it as their own. So they're taking that's why there's no name brand stamped on that cylinder head. They're taking something from someone else and calling it theirs. So there's just so many issues with that in and of itself. But I have no clue where those heads are coming from. I know nothing about them. They could be, cheap Chinese head. Which for the most part, I don't have an issue with Chinese stuff. I've ran generic stuff before. Like I said, the intake manifolds typically perform better. I've done some research on that. Articles say that they perform better at times. So I don't have an issue with generic by any means or Chinese stuff. But when it comes to something as critical as a cylinder head, I'd rather have confidence and knowing where they're coming from. And these bad boys will give me that confidence. 202 valves, 202 intake, I believe, and 1.6 exhaust. Again, I'll put something here on the screen. I'll send them to our editor and he can correct me. So somewhere here we'll have the correct language for you guys. But another thing I really like about these cylinder heads, the Speedmasters were the same way, but my previous cylinder heads were center mount valve covers. So the bolts for the valve covers went in the center, not perimeter. These are perimeter. I don't have to run an adapter anymore. And I don't have to worry about, I hate perimeter or center bolt valve cover gaskets. You are one-time use, so anytime you take them off, you instantly have to replace them. Huge ordeal, but nonetheless, we are on to bigger and better. So these will allow this 327 to flow everything they need to flow. They're pretty similar. There's an article from Motor Trend from a couple years ago where they built a small journal 327, and I've been using that as my kind of guide. So they ran a very similar, I believe they ran the Eliminator head, but back then the Eliminator head, if you look at the specs of that head, is now the same specs as the Enforcer as cast head. So the AFR tends to do that, as things upgrade and things change. These used to only be like 175, and then a couple years ago they bumped them up to 185, and now they're 195. So they're just constantly changing it as the Eliminator and their top of the line upgrades. So will their Enforcer as cast heads. They'll keep growing. So anyways, that's enough rambling. Let's sit these on there and see what they look like. So if you guys are interested, we can do a comparison between the two heads. I'm not really interested in seeing them run comparison. Okay, and then we're gonna hold on to that. We're gonna grab a bolt. And we're going to tighten this bad boy just a little bit. This just gives it a little bit of pressure, so whenever I put the intake manifold and stuff on here, it can slide, but it won't fall. We're not going super tight with that. I gotta open up this other box real quick. It's crazy to go from cast iron to these and to be able to hold these with one hand. What the hell? Okay, there you go. Same thing, just one quick little bolt. And we're not torquing these down. We're gonna be running ARP studs. Eventually, whenever they show up, I'll show you guys unboxing, and we'll run through the part numbers and everything. But we'll be running ARP pretty much for everything. We need ordered in their accessory bolt kit, so water pump, intake manifold, all of that will be ARP. I can't think of anything that won't be ARP. It comes with I mean, the whole kit comes with distributor bolts, everything that you need, quite literally. So there we go. Might have to grab a bolt for this real quick. Weird. So we might have to end up getting some different valve covers, guys. These ones don't fit. That's so weird. They're off. They're off by an eighth of an inch or so. Huh. Okay. Interesting. So I'm not even going to leave those on there. Neither side will fit fully, so I'll have to get something figured out. I guess we can at least go and slap the carburetor on there. There it is. All right. I just realized you guys have been lopsided. This is what we got here. If I can keep you guys in the frame. And the engine stand itself is a little bit lopsided right now, but this is what we're dealing with. Let me grab a valve cover real quick and show you guys what I'm talking about in terms of fitment here. So get that on there. Let me do this corner first. So this corner is locked in, fitting on that bevel. So as you can see, there's a lip. This side fits. And then you come down here and you can see the valve cover is flush. It's not, it won't go over. It's supposed to look like that. See where there's a lip? However, that is what we got. There's no lip. It is flush, which is weird. I don't know. That must be an AFR thing. I don't know if I can Dremel a little bit around those valve covers or what. But so they're not fitting. But we'll get something figured out. Proform has been wanting me to run another set of theirs. So maybe I'll run another set of Proform valve covers. So I obviously have nothing against Proform at all. I'm dripping sweat, and this is all I've been doing so far. So I have nothing against Proform. I just donated the set that I had. So we'll work on getting some other ones, get something figured out. I'll talk to Proform, see which set they want me to run, and I'll get them ordered in. And yeah, so let me do some more work here on the shop, and I'll keep you guys posted. All right, guys. So I know that I don't have the most interesting content, and I'm sure there's probably not a lot of you guys left watching at this exact moment. And totally reasonable. Again, I acknowledge that my content has issues. I'm trying really hard to change it and be more interesting. Right now, the biggest issue is how hot it is out. It is mind blistering hot out. It is just absolutely crazy. The humidity is what's getting me. Just sitting here talking to the camera, I'm dripping sweat. But I'm trying my best to be a little bit more engaging for you guys. So if you guys could help me out and be engaging yourselves, that would be amazing. It would be greatly appreciated. It helps me know what I'm doing wrong and what I can change, minor tweaks, what you guys want to see. I will not take it insultingly. I know if you guys go back and look at some of my videos with other comments on them, I'm totally, like, anytime someone messages or comments and says it's a crap video, I agree with them. I don't absolutely love my own content. I'm trying. So the more engagement you guys give me, the better content I can give you guys. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, okay, so I actually don't have, all my wiring stuff is not with me here. So there's not a whole lot I can do here. So I guess it's on to, I have a couple specialty tools I need to put in here. So I guess it's on to clearing the top of that toolbox. All right, I am sadly gonna go ahead and end this video. Again, it's 100 degrees out, I am sweating, and I know that cleaning the garage is not super interesting content, and so I apologize for that. I'm just trying to show you guys what really goes on when it comes to building a car that isn't just kind of thrown together. Technically, this is a backyard build because I'm not in an actual, don't have a lift and all this stuff. Whatever you want to call it. I don't consider backyard build, neither here nor there. But anyways, I know that this part is a super interesting. So I'm trying to be honest with you guys about what goes on. And the shop is pretty well clean. There's a few little details here or there, like there's some stuff, little items like quarters and stuff sitting up on top of there. This was completely cleared off, but we got some cleaning supplies we got to put away. We have this entire area pretty much cleaned off. Down here is still a mess, but a lot of it is parts for the 327 that need to be deep cleaned, like the oil pan and stuff. So we're gonna leave it over there for now. We literally got to this line right here done, or there's like a seam line there. So we got up to that point done. I even wire brushed that top part of my workbench to get all the old dirt and grime and stuff off. And again, this table, next time I'm out here, will be cleaned up. It's almost 9 o'clock on a Monday night. I got some other work I gotta go wrap up in my office. So I'm going to end this video here. Hopefully you guys got something from it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see more videos of us just kind of screwing around like what we did, let me know, and we'll keep it coming. Thanks for watching.